Okay. I hope my audio's fine. Oh, I see the issue. I see the issue with my audio. Let's see if what my mic picks up. All right. Let me know if the lo-fi like overlaps each other. Okay. Let me. Oh, YouTube. YouTube. Bango, bango, bango. Privacy. Edit. Why is it on private? Public. Done. Save. Yikes. I'm live. Bam. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, America. What's good, Tomas? What's good, what's good? Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Ethan. Stop, man. You're making me blush. It was chill. It was another rainstorm today, so I was just we just went dim sum and just took a nap and went to the gym. Pretty chill. Yo, what's good, Mikey? What's good, trade icon or icon? It's probably just icon. Which way do I port? How we port up then down? This is kind of what I marked out yesterday, or like not on like what I was talking about yesterday. I didn't like clearly mark it out like this. I made it a little nice and clean for you guys, but just looking at this 6-hour gap, and we technically do have a setup on the highs, but it's just so like look at this, bro. This is crusty, dusty, ugly, bro. Like it just chops down. Yes, it created a change in state. Yes, there's a 15.5, but it's also before opening. It's just as ugly. I did mark out this order block right now, but it's just something I'm keeping an eye on. So I could just see completely getting taken out. There is a 15.5 on the lows as well now. So it's like two opposing models. So you can either see ping pong or just wait until one side gets invalidated. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. For lower prices, there is that 6-hour gap that kind of helps that like bias or the direction, but I wouldn't put my whole life savings on that, right? There's no clear SMTs to stack with that gap at the moment. What's good, Gibbons? What's good? See what happens. We just wait till 9:30. Nice chin, look chiseled. You know what I'm saying? I'm in longs, trusting my bias. Okay, I'm not trading today. I'm not interested in price action. Fair. It's a good idea. Price looks bullish though. Yeah, my draw would have been last week's NWOG. Yeah, I think some lower prices wouldn't hurt. But to me, there's just not like a clear enough SMT for me to be like, oh, just take it, you know? Especially because considering his opposing setups, that's not what you want to see. So. Nothing looks clear to me, that's why I'm hands off. Yeah. Hands off until 9:30. Ooh, you hear my knuckles crack? Click, clack. What time is it? 9:22. Okay. Got a little more time before anything happens. We are looking. I don't know. We might just invalidate the SMTs and the lows. Let's see if that's the case. I got destroyed. So you wanna just, let's see if this closes below this. This is also up close candle technically, I believe. It shows on Project X that it's up close candle. I'm not sure if it's actually an up close candle. Nothing. What's up, Z's? I have Ethan's voice. We'll run up some duo streams. Something's different with Eli. Did you cut your hair? I do have shorter hair, but it did grow back quite a bit. But I do want to grow back out my hair. Can't hear my voice. Oh, I just wasn't talking. My bad. Let's see. Where did we see the NWOG from before? What up, N-Dog thing, bro? N-Dog getting in my way. Would be here. Wow, that's far. 22. Let's see if YM invalidates this 90-minute low, and then possibly see low prices from there. Ethan shows shorted? No. I'd like to see more invalidations before taking the short, so maybe like YM invalidation as well. But also keep in mind 930 is cooking up 22222. Is it just because it's a pretty number, or is it actually a area? Let's see, 2222. Let's see, 222. My goodness, we drop it. Let's mark it. Oh my goodness. Where is this? Oh my gosh. We going. Bro, I'm on a trackpad. This is taking me forever. Oh, this is a spot? This is right here. Somewhere like this. Let me move it down a little more. 2, 2. I'm so far. Shit, what the heck? 2, 2. 1. Why is it not moving? Yo, I think it's. What the heck? Okay. Okay, that's close enough. Alright. Yes, sir. We're 4-hour gap. Yeah, we're also in like a 6-hour gap. I'm just looking. Keep my eyes on that. Alright, all the way down we go. Ethan's mark. 2222. Do we believe in the heart of the cards? Ethan, if you go against Ethan's low, okay, sure. Sure. I'll mark it out. I got you. Right here. It's not even on 2222. That's bad. 2. Why is my arrow keys not working? How is this? It is actually trolling me. Ethan's level. This he's on a new wave, guys. Study up. Oh my goodness, trackpad's horrible. Why? Yo, my thing is lagging. How am I lagging? That's actually impressive. 2, 2. Come on, give it to me. No, oh my goodness. Good settings, can I just put it on? Oh. Wait, what? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, lit. Oh, we're so lit. Oh, that's 9:30. Well, that's 9:30, guys. Let's see what kind of price action we can get. I'm looking for lower. I'd like to see speed past these lows. There it is. Gonna need to see some real work done. That's not what I want to see from freaking YM, but We'll just wait a bit. I am liking shorts, but with how YM's reacting, it's one of those things that you're like, you know, it didn't invalidate the 5-minute low, and you're like, it could just drop too, but it might go out, create a 5-minute SMT. In that case, maybe like potentially can potentially trade ES or YF or something like that if NQ's gone too far, you know, because ES might create a order block right here. It'd be nice to kind of enter off of, or just YM's higher kind of thing. If NQ just kind of sends it to the next dimension. But with how YM's reacting, that's not what you want to see. Short. For value out, invalidate all long biases for me. YM can manipulate highs to reset. Exactly. That's what I'm potentially thinking as well. It creates a 5-minute SMT on the highs, and then lower prices, right? Watching 90-minute gap if you can create true market structure shift. Amen, brother. I mean, there's technically a true market structure shift, like, I mean, if you use RDRBs, it'd be like down here, right here. No? The previous 90-minute cycle. But I guess this short would have been over already with this move down. We'll see. This is why we stay sideline. Oh, sorry. I know I was looking at 5-minute. Oh, because I was looking at 90-minute cycles. Oops, my bad. That actually makes a lot more sense. I was like, 90-minute cycles, I don't know why I went to but yeah. Yo, true market structure shift is going straight to frickin' 2. Nah, I'm a little skeptical though, so I'm just gonna give it a bit, especially with how YM's going. Gotta be a little bit skeptical. True market structure shift. TMSS is true market structure shift. Sorry. True market structure. So now we have 1-minute SMT on the highs. Let's see what price tells us if we can get lower prices. Keep in mind there's 10 a.m. news as well, guys. So don't be a little too hasty for your own good. Create 5-minute SMT. Oh, it's almost there. Not exactly there yet. Bless you. Oh, it's so loud in the house. Oh my goodness. It's like why I'm gonna be front running. Gated information. It's not really that gated. Gates aren't even locked. Yeah, it's kind of just public information at this point. See if my stream quality is okay. Yo, what's good, Frezzy? Welcome, welcome. Alright, at this point, it just creates a change of state. Honestly, this would probably be my one bullet and I'd be off. I'd be interested in something like this. With YM as a front runner. Yeah, look at that. So wait 1 minute and see what happens. $15 seconds. 9, 8. Since I create on the 1 minute, I think I'd already be interested. Potentially. So entry something like that. Close. Let me zoom out though real quick. I'm just putting this tool here for now. Let me zoom out. Yeah. I could see us consolidating here as well too, but I know what you'd even target at this point, so actually I don't like this idea too much. Scratch that. I think I'm pretty like sit on hands right now. Because the closure did not close above the wick. That's the first thing. And second thing, it's just like hard to target things high right now. Especially as we're in premium. So it could go higher, but not to my liking. Like if we see some sort of consolidation, maybe we can see yo, I can't find. Oh, I have my tool saved. I'm trolling. You know, like consolidation, boop, SMT. Low, right? Manipulation higher and then lower. But let's wait and see. I might just end up sitting on my hands today, if this is the case. Now we have the 5-minute SMT that I was mentioning, and also someone else in chat was mentioning could potentially happen as well, right? Where? Oh, it's good, Abdul. Where did I learn quarterly theory? Well, it's originally from Day, but I learned it from Ethan. Ethan Trades, the guy in chat. But original credit goes to Day. Oh, I think it's Z's that said can manipulate and then go lower. Oh, look at YM. Enter long again last trade. Okay, good luck, bro. If this order block change, like, if it closes above this wick, I think you're looking pretty okay. Yeah, I followed Ethan since last year. I think he also learned some stuff from Casper. Yeah, for sure. Casper has some great teachings. I think I learned a little more. Not gonna lie, I haven't watched too much of Casper stuff, but the one of the videos that I clicked on was talking about mechanical patience, and I think it helped me quite a bit. Well, not in terms of necessarily targeting the issue, but necessarily just identifying the issue, right? Yeah, I don't know exactly how Casper trades, but I know he's a profitable trader and he's pretty good. So, and I'm not a part of his mentorship, but Ethan is. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the free Discord in the link in my bio, or you can ask Ethan in chat if he's still here, or you can DM probably me or him directly, or just him directly. If I'm not sure if his DMs are open, but should be. And that's closure above the wick high, so I wouldn't be so opposed to it. I'm not gonna personally take this myself, but I would say it's not a horrible setup, objectively. Other than the fact there's a 90-minute SMT, so what you want to see is this 90-minute SMT high just taken out, right? And you can take it to, like, I don't even know what you target, but let's see. Let's go to 6 hour. I drew this gap wrong. Oopsies. You could potentially take it to like 6 hour block maybe, but I wouldn't take it too much. Maybe trail, but yeah. I did not take this personally. I will say that. I'll just say it's objectively a setup, other than the 90-minute that's opposing. So what you'd want to see is ES and ES and NQ to invalidate that. If it takes too long to invalidate it, chops around and then displaces the other way, well then that is not what you want to see, and it's probably then the 90-minute SMT on the highs from YM is probably valid, right? With the displacement confirming it. Oh. Took partial, stop break even. Nice, Aaron. Or technically, I would have put my stop to this, because this is the candle that create the change of state. Let's see. see invalidation of this 90-minute high. It'd be very nice to see. And then we'd also need ES to take out previous session high, like fully. Closure above would be delicioso. If you guys want to play safe, just in case we're stuck in a range, because as I mentioned earlier, it seems like it's pretty hard to target things higher right now, you could take a partial here. See how it runs. Because ES is still kind of farther away from previous 90-minute high, right? So, look at this. At this point, actually no, I won't put stops to break even yet. I probably have to hit a partial first. And if I get stopped, then I get stopped. I would just take the -1R if that's the case, because I don't want to move to break even too preemptively, right, at the same time. Though all the markets do look like it's going down, but it's higher than the fact. Let's see where the market wants to go. Keep in mind, there's still technically opposing models right now, so I wouldn't expect anything less than this kind of price action at the moment. Or anything more. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Anything less? Anything more? Anything more, I think. I think that makes more sense. That's why I'm partialing just at a previous 90-minute high. Right. See what price wants to do. Also, I did not risk a full R on this. I risked like 0.7. I just did one mini. I sometimes do two minis, but today is just not a two mini kind of day, you know what I'm saying? No need to fear out. We just stick to it. We take a negative 1R, negative 0.6R, whatever you risk on it, then you just take it. I got stopped out in profit. Already took 2 trades, so I'm done for the day. Nice, Aaron. Call it a day. Amen. you're in profit, that's a good day. So go enjoy your day, man. I'll see you tomorrow, unless you're sticking around. Yeah. I won't be streaming Thursday and Friday though. I do have things I have to attend for Thursday and Friday. So I still will look at the charts though on Thursday, and I'll text in the chat, but I will not stream. And Friday I may still look at the charts, but it's really dependent. Depends how busy I am when I'm out. I tend to not like to look at the charts when I'm out, but sometimes I do. Gotta be honest. So obviously, since I have 1 minion, I can't really partial, but for anyone in there, I'd recommend partialing. I might just full TP up here, honestly, just call it a day. That'd be like almost 3R for me, and my average RR is about 3R, so I don't mind taking it there, but we'll see. I'll let you know. With how price is trading though, and how YM is dumping, I don't really want to take it further than this, but we'll see. And also how ES is respecting that at the moment. So this would be generally the safest. Like if you're in micros, you can partial. I'd really recommend partialing. If not, maybe like full out, or yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, not really other recommendations. Let's see. Let's see if I get stumped. If this closes below this, increase an order block, or change the state delivery, I will probably take a last stab, 1R, and then if it is a loss, then I'll be down like 1.6 or something, R-ish, 1.7. But I'm gonna hold to this until I get stopped or just closure above this. We'll see what happens. Right now, the 90-minute low sequential SMT is better invalidated by YM, 5-minute low. So that is not what I'd want to see for this, at least this idea. But it would help me if this creates a change in state or block. It'd help me be more secure in that the short idea, right? It definitely looks like it could be the case. Maybe 10 a.m. news will clear things up. Yeah, we'll see. We have 1 minute and 45 seconds. Let's see. 10 a.m. might just wake me out or wake me in profit. We'll see. think it's in a, it's far enough. Like for 10 a.m. news, I don't think I'll get like slipped, to be honest. But we'll see. With how far my it's like halfway to my stop, so. For 40 seconds, let's see. Why am I still not close below the 90-minute low for invalidation yet? But it pretty much seems like it wants to at this point. It's got to create gaps lower, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what 10 a.m. generates for us. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 3, 2, 1, bing. Ooh. Oh, that's my stop. There we go. Did I get slipped? No, I didn't get slipped. I don't think so. Maybe a little bit. There we go. I am out. I'm done for the day. I'm donezo bonanzo. Damn. My original style would have been may have been good. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. Doesn't matter at this point though. We just wait. I'm gonna end stream at 10:30 today. By the way, that's kind of generally when I've been ending it, so I can get some rest. But we'll see. This big old gap with no wick. Looks like you can get taken out. That's all I'm saying. This is original stop. But I'll just keep this here. Because this is where I got stopped. Boom. I think we go higher while I'm left, so very such equal highs. Yeah, I can see it. A little bit, but honestly, today might just be chop as well as my earlier little depiction. ESMA, actually no, it's got a little bit. Let's see. It's just okay. Nice. Got nothing. Yeah, it's not that great. Something like that. Oop, SMG, bang bong, bing bong. Something like that. Something like that. Potentially. So. We'll see if it just bounces today. Middle, right? No, middle center. Nice, that looks better. Yeah, I agree, more like seek and destroy. Yeah. That's alright. There's days like this. So I risk manage. I am down today. You know, gotta be transparent with you guys, but that's all right. It was. Oh, this was the trade, right? originally I did have my stop here, but it's just way too wide, and like I don't know what I would target up above, so the R wasn't even worth it. But technically, according to the model, I put my stop below the change state, so this would be the change state for me, so that's why I put it below there, and I get stopped. So it's just one of those days, guys. One of those days. And now the 90-minute has been invalidated. Lows, or in 40 seconds, maybe, potentially. We'll see. Let it close first. There's also no wicks on the highs. There's a freaking liquidity void on YM. But honestly, it just looks ugly and looks like something I don't want to trade anymore. That's gonna be the honest truth, guys. There could be an expansion in the PM, but I'm gonna be asleep because I'm in Hong Kong, so. Alright, objectively, closes like this. Like, I'm not gonna take this because I just don't want to trade this, but there's 15.5 on the highs, right, created by YM. YM invalidated the 90-minute low, right? So there's no more 5-minute SMT in the lows. And now we're just looking for NQ and ES to invalidate previous session low for lower prices. But I will say there's no wick on the highs of these 15-minute and 5-minute candles. There's liquidity void on YM, but just objectively ignoring that, because I just use it as extra confluence. I don't take a trade just because there's a no wick or there's a wick or something, right? This would be another idea, right? And take it to this potentially 90-minute gap, something like that, right? 2.2 R. Wait, probably maybe move my stocks. This is the one that creates the, there we go, 3.06 R. This is the candle that creates the change of state. Same idea, upwards, but downwards now. But now there's invalidation of 90-minute low SMT on YM. My mouth is getting dry from saying similar things. But yes, so as I mentioned earlier, there's two setups on each side. You can expect some ping-ponging, and then you can potentially look for whichever setup on which side gets invalidated first as your confirmation. So far, sideways day after long range expansion yesterday is what I'm thinking. Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm not taking this. But objectively, there is a setup here. I wouldn't take it though, just because of market conditions and how the day is, right? So. I'll move this over. Well, pretty disappointing 10 a.m. news, but didn't do much. Do you only trade North American indices? Yes, I do. I wouldn't be super opposed to looking at like the Hang Seng index and things like that, but I'm just used to this. This is my comfort zone, and I just don't feel like this is working right now, so I don't feel like learning anything new, at least for a little bit. Like maybe when I scale up more, and I just like have free time. But right now I'm just like in the daytime I'm gymming, doing like a lot of reading, or not a lot. That's cap. That's absolutely cap. But I'm doing some reading, spending a lot of time with family and stuff like that, right? So I don't want to like devote hours of backtesting and check the Hang Seng index, right? There's opportunity there. Oh, the Nikkei, NK. Yes, I did mostly learn from Ethan. I also did learn from a couple other people though. Some YouTube videos online, but just like also just some people that were in previous communities on mostly. So sequential SMTs was Ethan, but then like just like how I look at order blocks, how I understand order blocks and order flow is mostly from other people. If you're winning, don't change. Exactly. Like there's no, like, even if I did learn like if I were looking at like I'd still trade the same way, even if I was looking at like Hang Seng or Nikkei or something like that. But it'd just be like I just have to see like how the order flow goes. Like if it's smooth expansions, if it's like 4x where you could like something clean is kind of looks like a freaking chop in compared to indices, right? How long did it take you to be consistent? Probably right now I'm about 2 years, and am I in 2 years now? I'm about 2 years in, or a year and a half in now. I think 2 years now. I started summer 2 years ago, I think. So it should be about 2 years now. How long did it take me to be consistent? I mean, I think right now I'm probably the most consistent I've been. So about 2 years, I'd say. Before, like I got profitable, yes, but I wasn't consistent. So that's the problem, right? You can be profitable and not consistent. So, yeah. Like I got like a fat payout. It was nice, and then like it just no payouts for a while. Like I was just so inconsistent. It was like boom or bust. So now it's like the most consistent I've been. So I'd say about 2 years and a bit. But it's I feel like it's something you constantly work on, right? And that it kind of applies to everything in life, right? Like you have to adapt if you move to a new environment. Well, everyone's different, right, Devin? Some people are a lot quicker. Some people take like 4 or 5 years. I've seen people get payouts in months. I'm pretty sure someone in Discord, I think I may be wrong, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but like I'm pretty sure like Hike HYUK, if you see him around, I think he's on YouTube, he's just HYK or HK or something. I think he got payouts pretty early on in his trading journey, but then like it wasn't to the level, like consistency level he wanted, and he like, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but he challenged himself to like use one model, stick to it, and just practice pure consistency, and like try just targeting 2R and things like that, right? I'm going 2 payouts. I thought after the first one I was going to have Lambos and gold diggers. Yeah, you realize it doesn't really change too much about your life. It's nice. Like, don't get me wrong, of course it's nice. But for me at least, it didn't change too much in my life. Like I got to pay off some bills. It was really nice. And I used money more faster than I should have, so I learned my lesson. But yeah, I haven't gotten to third and it's been months. Yeah, man, that's kind of like the same story as me. It's just like you go. It's pretty like when you boom or bust, it actually enforces like worse habits to be consistent, right? So. Original idea. Can I just go back? So I don't have to do all that shebang-a-bang. Shebang-a-dang. There we go. But yeah, it's not a linear journey, right? So just like as hard as you can stick it out, like there's sometimes where I'm like, oh, like it'd be nice to have a job, you know, or like not like obviously this is my job, but like it's just like the idea of it being not stable sometimes gets in your head, and that's what makes it unstable sometimes, right? The best way you can be stable, like for stability, like technically in the long term, is to just be consistent, right? Doesn't need to mean P&L is always green, but over a larger sample size. So over like maybe 4 to 6 months, then it's fine, right? It works just fine. But low-key, recently I've not been too opposed to getting a job, but in my field, just because I just I like working on things like online and working on things. Like I study marketing, so I do enjoy marketing, advertising, understanding consumer behavior and things like that. So That's why I'm like, oh well, just because I like it's like honestly a side quest at this point, but it'd be nice, and especially if it's an online job. So I do kind of have like standards going to it, so I can still trade, and then like also just enjoy something on the side. All right, I'm gonna end stream in 15 minutes. I usually end at 10:30 anyways, but. I'm currently unemployed now and found out about trading. Now full porting into trading now. Not even looking for a job. I'm feeling more because financial crisis and stuff. Yeah, that's fair. I'm just like open. Like I'm not actively searching. I would say. A little bit, I guess. I just like talk about it with people and close friends. But if an opportunity comes up, I'm very not opposed to it. I'm very open to it, and I will like focus and put my time towards it, right? Because I think it's meaningful work, right? If it's something you actually enjoy, right? Just because, like, even if I was, you know, bajillionaire or something, I'd still want to do things that I enjoy, right? Yeah. And if there's like, and if there's commission out of it, then sure, why not? Extra stability, but if not too, then I'd still do it. So it's fine. Looks like Wime's about to close below this. Yeah, exactly. He is such an inspiration. But it really shows that like if you put your mind to it and really practice it and double down on it, triple down it, quadruple down on it, don't take anything else. Hike's probably had many other models put in front of his face to tempt him and stuff, and he still just sticks to what he knows works. Then you can achieve the same thing too, right? I do believe that, and that's something I'm working on as well right now, right? Though I'm the most consistent I've been, right? I still need to accept that it's gonna take time, right? So I need to continue to do this, scale up, and sometimes it might not even be scaling up. Sometimes it might just be staying in the same area for a little bit, right? Just to practice the habits, right? Dang, why was the one to dump? Remember earlier when I was like, oh, maybe trade like YM or ES. If YM creates the 5-minute SMT on the highs, just because YM's a bit higher, but it is what it is. And I also generally don't really like trading YM anyways. Let's see if we can get a little bit of action lower. What don't you like about YM? It's just the most, it's lower probability for me because, so ES and NQ are more correlated from what I've noticed. So when there is a cracking correlation between the two, it's higher probability than a cracking correlation between YM and NQ or YM and ES, Yeah. Also, like, I've had some experiences where it's like, it's just like I do still struggle with choosing, like if you were to choose between markets, I do sometimes struggle with choosing the right market, right? That's why, like, for consistency's sake, I just choose NQ right now, just for that sake. But like sometimes it's very clear to me where it's like, oh, this one looks heavier than the other, but sometimes like I choose YM and NQ is the one to expand. Sometimes I choose NQ and then YM is the one to expand, right? So it's like, and then I mean it's not, it's a little tilting, but like it affects your consistency, affects your stats, right? So I just stick to my own market, and also in general, I do see that NQ does what I want it to do more often. So that's why I'd rather just stick to one. Let's see if we can get some speed to TP. But if we get a market structure shift here, I'm not sure how true it'd be because there's no previous day high to me in my eyes. Not really. Or not at all, actually. So, and I need a sequential SMT on the same time frame to make it true. So let's see. Block. I'm so lost in so many time frames. I just say stick to a couple. Like I just stick to 15, 5, 90, and 6 hour pretty much right now. Those are the only ones I stick to at the moment. Six hour for weekly, 90-minute for pretty much daily, and then 15.5 for lower time frames. By the way, I'm saying like daily cycles and weekly cycles. I'm not saying 6 hour is the daily chart. Is the daily chart is the daily chart. You know. In terms of quarterly authority. Hook me up on your playlist. I got you, bro. It's just non-copyright music because I am tired of my lives getting blocked because I played copyright music. Here, I got you. If you use Spotify, that is. If you don't use Spotify, then I'm sorry. I guess you can listen to it on the web as well, though. There's so many gaps. I'm making it look very confusing. Let me take out these gaps real quick. It's messier than it should be. Notion. Let me start journaling. Can you show me how to identify good sequential SMT besides time-based liquidity? Because I see you guys use SMT during session. What do you mean? Like not time-based, like not time-based sequential SMTs? I pretty much only use time-based, like sequential SMTs, like previous session high, previous 90-minute high, previous weekly high. There's very rare moments where I just use like a SMT without time base. Only if it's like maybe really high, like high time frame, but still not really. If you can clarify on that question, maybe I can answer it better, or if that's what you meant, then I really don't. That is looking good, objectively. 15.5 was still holding the highs. Create another 5-minute SMT on the highs. YM invalidated the last thing that was holding price up. Yeah. And previous session high, or previous session low, is pretty much invalidated. We'll see. We'll see if this holds below, but it's pretty much invalidated at this point. We'll see. Still 4 minutes left though. We'll see what happens. If it just goes back up, I think we're ping-ponging and we're not going to make it to that gap, but we'll see. Price is looking good though right now for lower prices. We'll see if it continues. It was down for another 15 minutes, so you only use 90-minute session high, low SMT most of the time. Yes, pretty much. And then I zoom out using 90-minute and 6-hour, and also order blocks on 90-minute, 6-hour to give me a narrative and gaps, of course. So like today, right? Like technically, if you entered off of this sequential estimate or this change in state, because this was a 50 over here was already a 15.5, right? And you just targeted lower, right? You would have been still good, though it would have been very anxiety inducing, I will say. But yeah, pretty much, right? 6-hour, see, I see 6-hour gap, right? 6-hour gap, drop down, you know, SMT in the highs within the 6-hour gap, 15. Oh, I'm just targeting like, I do believe it can go lower, and if you swing trade, you can potentially hold it for lower prices, especially after inverting this, what's it called? Inverting this gap. But if you're just intraday, like, I wouldn't take it. I would take it maybe to like this. It's because this is the next daily gap, like 90-minute gap. So it depends on your plan, but this would be just something, an example of something I would target, right? Because it's safe, and not only that it's safe, it's like you want to target something that you almost know it's gonna hit for sure, instead of something that you think it might hit, right? Especially in terms of within the time limits of the day, right? Trade the chart, not your heart, is what I've been told. So it could go lower. Like if you have a trade account, like, or sorry, swing account like FTMO or something, you could potentially swing it. But if not, like on intraday level, it just looks like a pretty confident target. I think this could be a very choppy trade, or it just gets sucked back into the range. We'll see. All right. I'm gonna call it a day here. It's 10:30. But you guys know what I'm looking for in general. Though it's not the cleanest, and today was a little choppier, or a lot more choppier. I think we navigated pretty well. Right, so it'd be one loss and one not confirmed win yet, but potentially win. It could be another loss, but if it is another loss, then just call it a day, and it's all according to my risk plan, right? It's down 2R. It is what it is, right? Or a little less than 2R, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty chill. I think with how price action is, I navigated to the best of my ability. I have no regrets. I just saw what I objectively saw and took what I took, right? If this creates another 5-minute SMT, I can see us going back into the range, but right now I just, preferably it would be invalidation of this 90-minute low, continue to target, call it a day. Prop firms are quite limited in my country, I think, so I think FTMO is the best bet. But when you trade CFD, you think spread and slip of CFD be a problem. I have not traded CFD, so I cannot tell you, I'll be honest. But in terms of trading futures with FTMO, I heard it's really good. Though it depends on which package you get, but yeah, it might be like using CFD's 5%ers funding pips. Okay. I will say though, like anything in chat, it's not that I don't trust EZ, but it's also very important to do your own research. It's cheaper than FTMO. Yeah, FTMO plans are kind of expensive, but I'm not sure if you can with 5%ers or funding pips, but FTMO you can swing, which is very nice. So you can just hold 24/7 like for months, right? Or forever pretty much, right? Which is a nice thing about it. Or use prop firm match. Prop firm match and search for firms. Yeah. But yeah, I think I would consider doing an FTMO. Like if you're doing a swing account and you don't want to open a personal account, it gives you a good amount of drawdown for the price you're giving, and it's also static as well. You can do static drawdown, which you can't do with a lot of firms, right? I'm not sure if 5%ers or funding pips has that, but you can do static drawdown, which is super nice. So even if you make like $10,000 profit, you still have negative whatever drawdown as well on top of that, plus the 10,000 you made, right? So you have like huge amount of room. So yeah, static's nice. Actually, I might as well stay a bit longer, I guess. See how price goes up. Yeah, look into that. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, FTMO seems to be a good option, especially if you're not in the US, because you can't use FTMO if you're not in the US, or if you're in the US, sorry. So it's actually like a little extra blessing people outside the US get. And I'm from Canada originally, so I can make an FTMO account, which is nice. So I would honestly use FTMO for swing trading, TopStack X or TFD for intraday, right? And then after that is like, after that I know some other firms that are pretty trustworthy, especially for index futures, are like My Funded Futures, MFF. You can actually do 5 accounts now. You used to be only able to do 3. They also do live accounts now too, which is pretty exciting. But they use trade. They use like you can't use Project X. Also FTMO you have to use MT5 by the way. Oh, you don't have to I think, but MT5 maybe you have to actually. But MT5 is the one that I was taught to use FTMO. So I'd say FTMO is the oldest and most reliable, but their accounts are expensive and the spread is not the best. Fair. Yeah, I say weigh it out. Depends on your budget as well. But yeah, there are other for sure. And I know just futures index, like for futures, for trading index futures, I just like Top Step X, TFD, high funded futures, and FTMO. Those are probably my top. And if you have if you're scaled up and you have money to not worry about it going away, then Apex is you can scale pretty big, but they've had bad track record occasionally. You can still get payouts. I know Hike or Hyuk or however you guys would like to pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Hike. Has gotten payouts from it, so you can get payouts from Apex, but sometimes they've denied payouts, sometimes they've liquidated people. The spread is based on the asset, not FTMO. Actually, no clue. Because FTMO can only trade US Tech 100 and US 500, which is CFD. Different asset. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you just trade US 100, I think, as instead of NQ, I believe, for FTMO. It is pretty much NQ, I think. I've been testing CFD and the spreads are crazy. Oh dang. A nice close below this 90-minute low would be juicy. Shorts are looking good. I mean, I'm not sure about entering now, but in general, yeah. The short idea is cooking, guys. Short idea is cooking. Can you explain how you define previous session? So sessions would be New York AM, it'd be Asia session, London session, New York AM session, and New York PM session, and that'd be cut up here. So Asia starts at 6 p.m. all the way till 12 a.m. and then starts London session 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. and to 6 a.m. is start of New York AM session, right? New York AM session goes to 12, right? Afternoon for New Yorkers or EST people. 12 is 6 to 12 is AM session, and then 12 to Asia, which is 6, would be a cycle. That would be New York PM. So those are the 4 quarterly cycle, right? Or quarterly theory, sorry. So that's the theory. So it's split up to 4, right? So Asia, London, New York AM, New York PM. Yeah, I'm waiting for price to retrace to 15-minute gap before entering. I see. So YM and ES has tapped that daily gap that I'd be looking for. Let's see if NQ can do the same. It could go lower, but it's none of my business at this point. I would have taken my chunk and been happy with it. So know you define session based on correlative theory, but I see other people define it differently. I see kill zone. What do you think? I do think so. There's actually a really good tweet on this. Let me see. Because I do believe they're pretty much similar things. Time might be slightly different, but like the areas of probability and how the market moves, we all see the same candles right at the end of the day. So I do believe it's similar. I just need to give me a sec. Day actually has a. My X is not loading. Let me see what's your phone. Wow, my X is just lagging like crazy. Okay, anyways, Day says, listen to this, because I can share the tweet with you guys later, but let me share you guys this. Ever wondered how ICT got the times of his kill zones? Right? 6 p.m. to 0000 Asia session, 6 hours, 000 to 6 a.m. London session, 6 a.m. to 12, New York a.m., which is also 6 hours, and 12 to 6 p.m. would be New York p.m. 24 hours added together. Now, if you did divide 6 hours by 4, you'll get 90 minutes. So quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, 90-minute cycles of the Asia session. So if you dumb it down, if you hop on the 5-minute on intraday level, it kind of dumbs down the cycles to the kill zones. It kind of matches it. Oh, it does match it. So it tells you the 90-minute cycles of. He then talks about the 90-minute cycles of London session, New York AM session, New York PM, and for every second and third quarter for the 90-minute cycle. So if you go, so this is the 90-minute cycle right here, right? 5-minute, 90-minute cycle, right? 90-minute high, right? First quarter, second and third quarter right here. Second and third quarter. Look at this. We even had a trade today, actually. Second and third quarter, which is the craziest thing, right? Second and third quarter, that is where the kill zones are, right? Because, why is this? Because quarter 2 is mainly used for manipulation, and quarter 3 is mainly used for distribution. And if you can see right here, Q2, we actually had a manipulation, right? Perfect, right? So, he talked about how if you go in the 15-minute in terms of session cycles, he splits into 4, right? Asia, London, New York AM, New York PM. If you go lower into 90-minute cycles, right? Each session is split into 4 quarters again in 90-minute cycles, right? So 90-minute cycles, and then Q2 and Q3 of the 90-minute cycles are the ICT kill zones. So they actually work. They are actually based off of each other in a sense, right? Because you're looking at the same charts at the end of the day. You're looking at the same candles, so it should, in theory, work similarly, right? So it's not that kill zones are different times from ICT. They're actually the same time. Or sorry, quarterly theory is like it's like completely different timing than ICT. It's similar. It's just ICT tells you which, technically in a sense, quarter to focus on, right? So Q2, Q3, right? And as you can see, like literally today was a pretty good example. Q2 of New York AM session, right? Which is apparently a kill zone. I never studied kill zones, by the way, but apparently a kill zone. Q2, Q3, right? And manipulate with YM, create a 5-minute sequential S&P, and down it goes, right? So, yeah, I hope that explains it well. If not, I can share the tweet with you. But it's pretty much what I just said. If you go to Trader Day's Twitter, it should be the first pinned tweet. And there's TP, guys. But why can it's not see that? So it says, have you ever wondered how ICT gets kill zones, right? gonna hop off stream. I just have to make a Discord announcement. Nice trade. So when there is SMT for the 90-minute cycle, you will consider yes, but I need also confirmation of that. So as you can see here, I had an SMT on the 90. Well, keep in mind, so we have to stack confluences, right? So we're in a 6-hour gap, right? First thing, 6-hour gap, right? Drop down 15-minute previous session sequential SMT. So if you see like ES did not take that high, YM did not take that high, but NQ closed above that high. You see right there, and then you drop down to the 5-minute, right? So you want to have stacked confluences, right? So 5-minute, we marked right here, right? Right here, Q1 to Q2 on the 90-minute cycle. There is sequential SMT, right? Though it's not necessarily body closure, or if you draw straight across, it's still not wick to body, but it's wick to wick sequential SMT. You can see there is a sequential SMT here, right? YM trades up higher, right? Technically a turtle soup if you use turtle soup, but turtle soup and SMT is kind of the same thing. Yeah, it is the same thing. So yeah, there's that confluence extra. I also just marked up this order block, but it's just for my own liking to mark it out. You don't need that order block to look at price. It just helps me to understand what price is reacting off of as well, right? But all you need is that 15-minute, 5-minute, and then that change in state. So this was the candle that created the 5-minute change in state delivery, right? Change of state is closing above these two candles and below and closing below their wicks, right? Look at that tap right there, kind of clean too, right? It's technically a unicorn as well if you trade unicorn, but I mean, you're all looking at the same chart at the end of the day. You can see probably multiple concepts within one trade, right? So there you go, right? Closes above. I put my stop. I enter here. Put my stop above the change in state delivery. The candle creates change in state delivery, and I just let it go, right? So that's pretty much the whole trade. Do you need a daily cycle to be in sync with a 90-minute cycle? That would be ideal. Yes, that would be time frame alignment. That would be ideal. It's not necessary, but that would be a higher probability setup. Yes. Right now it's just 6-hour gap within, and then there's a 15 and 5-minute below, right? There's also a 4-hour gap technically you can look at too, right? But is there? I mean, yes, on ES, and NQ technically closed above, but I did not even look at that. So yeah, we can see lower prices, but you take your chunk. 3R is not bad. I hope that made sense. Every day is a little different in trading, right? So that's why it's hard to just have one explanation for every move. If you want to just stick to 15.5, you can, and 15-minute, 5-minute stacked sequential SMT. If you pair it with a high time frame gap, that's even better, just like today. And then a 5-minute change in state, and then that's your, oh my goodness, 5-minute change in state. Then that's your button clicking moment, you know. Ethan level coming. yeah. It's going for Ethan level. But yeah, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna end the stream now. I will stream tomorrow as well. Tomorrow will probably be my last stream of the week, but I'll still be calling things on Discord. Free Discord link in bio. There's literally nothing paid on there. I just chat in there, answer questions. Also let you guys know when I'm going live. You can also just subscribe or hit the bell button, and you guys can see me when I go live. So yeah, make sure to hit the like if you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a little tough to navigate today, but it did turn out all right. It was nice having that 5-minute sequential SMT with YM, and then also YM invalidating that 5-minute sequential SMT that was holding price up on the lows, right? The last line of defense, right? So yeah, catch you guys next time.